Hi, my name is Rose and welcome to my knitting tutorial brought to you by allfreeknitting.com. Today I'm going to show you how to do a 3-needle bind-off. Here I have a sample of work on 2 different needles. They're the same size, just different color for illustrative purposes. And a 3-needle bind-off is good for when you're joining together your shoulders. It makes a really nice seam that's quite nice and reinforced on the top. So for here, we're going to have the needle that has the yarn on it. You may or may not have your yarn attached. If you don't, that's okay. You can just start with a brand new yarn strand and add on. For here, we're having it in the back for the knitting purposes here. So these are both 10.5-inch needles. And this is worsted weight yarn. And the basic principle is knitting the first stitch along with the back stitch, front and back together, and then binding off as you go along. It's kind of a little tricky with all 3 needles going at once, but with a little practice it gets easier. So as if to knit, slide your right hand needle in the first stitch, and the same with the second in the back. And let's do here. I'm a continental knitter. I use the yarn in the back and yarn over, pull it through the first stitch on the back and through the second stitch in the front, and then slide both of them off. And do the same again, in through the front of the front stitch as if to knit, and in the back stitch as if to knit, yarn over and pull through the back stitch and through the front stitch and slide off. Now you have 2 stitches here, and using, push your work back a little bit, and using the front needle, left hand, yarn over, slip the back stitch over the next stitch, leaving 1 on. Trying to keep everything together so you don't slide off. Through the first stitch, through the second stitch, pull through, slide off. Using your thumb helps to keep everything together. Pull your work back a little bit. Take your back stitch and pass it over. Slip over that stitch. And using this needle, knit over, or slip over, pass over that stitch. I'm going to go through to the end and show you the finished edge. Be right back. Okay, I've gone all the way through, and this is what the bind off looks like. And at the very end, after you've passed over the last stitch, you just take the end of your yarn and pull it through the last loop. And I should let you know that when you're doing this, the 2 sides of the materials should be right side together. Since this is garter stitch and both sides look the same, it doesn't matter which sides are together. And this is the bound off edge, and if this is, say, stockinette stitch or anything else that has a pattern and your right sides are together, this would be the wrong side and this side would be the right side. And this is how it looks on the other side. And it's really nice and stretchy and very reinforced. If you have a pattern in which it's all garter stitch and you like the look of the ridge on top, you can leave it this way as well. So this is the 3-needle bind off, and if you'd like more tips on knitting techniques and styles and stitches, go to allfreeknitting.com or check out RJ the Irish videos on YouTube. Thanks for watching.